The Adelaide Oval, what a beautiful place to watch cricket at any time, but how good is it when you watch it with Commonwealth Southern Star, Alyssa Healy? Mate, Adelaide Oval, it's great to be here.
It's incredible to be here, especially on a nice day like today, but nice place to watch cricket and also play here as well.
That's one thing about the Commonwealth Southern Stars, and even for New South Wales, you get to play at some beautiful grounds now.
Yeah, definitely. Been fortunate enough to play at the Adelaide Oval a few times and pretty much all the major grounds in Australia, so I've been very fortunate.
Very successful summer too for the Southern Stars, a lot of winning and a really good culture that's building.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we just took out the Rose Bowl and the 2020 series against New Zealand, so we've been really positive going into that tour and came away with a few wins and really looking forward to our trip to India in March.
Now, you've been around the Southern Stars for a couple of years now. What's the main difference from when you first came into now, and how do you see it going in the future?
Good question. I'm not too sure. I think, I guess now that I've been in the squad a few years and probably had a few more games than I would have thought I would, I'd probably prepare more like that I'm going to play, and that's probably one of the biggest changes that I've had, I guess, in my career so far.
You mentioned going to India. That's in preparation, of course, for the World Cup later this year. It's very different conditions. How are the girls looking forward to it?
Yeah, really looking forward to going over to Sri Lanka and playing in the World Cup. Obviously, it's probably a new experience for a lot of the girls. I think there was an underage trip that went there a few years back, but other than that, I don't think a lot of the girls have been there. So really looking forward to that, and obviously India first up.
You speak of the underage teams. There seems to be a much clearer and better pathway for young girls getting into cricket, which makes it more popular, which makes the sport even stronger.
Yeah, well, definitely. Both Alyssa Perry and myself debuted for the Shooting Stars, which is under 21s. I was 23s at the time when we were 15, and really enjoyed our first tour for Australia, going to New Zealand with that team. And I think there's a Shooting Stars tour going to New Zealand coming up while we're in India, so it's really good for those sort of young girls coming through that they can get a taste of playing for Australia and touring like we do.
And I must say, the standard looked like it's increased unbelievably over the last couple of years. Certainly the fielding, but also bigger hitting and better bowling, faster bowling.
Definitely. I think, being able to play on a lot of these grounds is sort of helping. And fortunately for us, the groundsmen are bringing the boundaries in a little bit for us. And there's been a few short straight boundaries, which is really good for us and helped our techniques. But yeah, as you said, a lot of the young girls coming through have really added something to our game and really helped, I guess, the older players, the more experienced players, lift their game as well. And obviously that agility in the field is really what we've been working on and has definitely been seen in the summer.
Are you a good cricket watcher? We know you're a good cricket player. Are you a good cricket watcher?
I am. I think I've been sitting in the sun a bit too long today, unfortunately, but I love to watch cricket. I find myself at home when I switch on the TV and there's cricket on, I find myself watching it, and I don't really want to, but I do. But yeah, as I said, it's awesome to be at the Adelaide Oval today to watch this game, that's for sure.
Now, there's a special reason that you're here as well, because you're part of a very select group. I wouldn't say you're a wag, but your only wag is playing for Australia as well. Mitchell Starc, of course, is your boyfriend of over a year now.
Yes, thanks for bringing that up. Yes, that is the reason why I'm here today. I'm here supporting, which is also one of my roles.
Now, tell me this. He is obviously a very good cricketer. You're playing for Australia as well. Do you support each other? Do you talk cricket? I've seen him at the Southern Stars matches as well.
Yeah, he's very good. He comes and supports our games as much as he can. Obviously, he's travelled a bit, but whenever he's at home, he's down watching even a local game, down there watching us girls. And I think a lot of the girls actually appreciate that as well. But yeah, in terms of talking too much cricket, we try not to. Obviously, after a game, he'll come home with his thoughts on the game, and I'm happy to listen to them, but won't really give too much feedback. And he's got enough people going around him that will give him honest feedback. And I think that's my job, just to give him a high five or a hug at the end of the day if he's done well, and even that high five even when he hasn't done that well. So that's sort of my role, and I'm happy with that.
Any wedding bells in the air at the moment?
Not just yet, thanks for scaring me. Being 21, almost 22, that sort of scares me a little bit, so we'll leave that one.
That's fair enough, but the name Healy is obviously synonymous with cricket, and your Uncle Ian was a very, very good player for Australia.
Yes, I'm fortunate enough to have Uncle Ian there who's done it all before me in wicket-keeping for Australia, so I'm fortunate enough to have someone like him that can give me a few tips and help me out with pretty much, he's done it all before me, so anything I need help with, he knows exactly what he's talking about, and I'm pretty lucky.
Is he a little biased in the commentary towards Mitch? Does he support the M Starc when he's running into bowl?
I actually think that he's not too sure what to do. I think a couple of the other commentators give him a bit of razzing in the commentary box when Mitch is on the field. So I think he steers clear of that a little bit and tries to just talk unbiasedly, but I'm sure deep down he has a bit of bias going there.
Most importantly, it's great seeing you part of the Commonwealth Southern Stars. Thanks for joining us today, and good luck with the World Cup later this year.
No worries. Thanks, Pete.